Hey, welcome to the weekly wind down with Kee and G. Yes, happy to be here, Kee. How's it going?
It's going, man. I've been on the run a little bit, man, trying to get a few things settled, in celebration of.
Let's talk about it.
It's tomorrow, my husband's birthday tomorrow, and our anniversary. We've been married 4 years.
4 years.
March. Hey.
4 years.
Yeah, March 15th.
How's it feel?
Awesome.
Well, that's good.
It's the same. Like, that was a question that people asked a lot, right after we got married.
And so it's the
How
same.
is it? And it's the same.
So, what is the celebration? And we've been waiting. You have to tell us or no? Still no?
Well, I'll tell you when we get back.
Okay. Oh, you're going.
Oh, yeah, always.
But you're going like
What do you mean?
far?
Yeah, we're going on a little road trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because I didn't plan on doing anything for his birthday because of, what happened last year. So I said, well, we're doing anniversary. If I don't plan your birthday, you don't get to skip out on anniversary because it's the same day.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago I started. And, that is short notice for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally got it done. I mean, like literally made the reservation for the dinner last night.
Well, we look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah. It's gonna
on the
be
return.
Good. Yeah, we do what we do, how we do it.
When you do it.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's gonna be good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So how does the little one do in the car?
She actually does good. She actually does very well because like we always go.
Yeah.
So, she's used to it.
Yeah.
Even, like small baby, fresh out, ready to rock.
So
like 2 or 3 months, she in the car and she's back there. I don't have to sit. Nobody has to sit back there with her.
Uh-huh.
She rides and she's good until she's wet or hungry.
Yeah. Do you like have an iPad or something set up for her?
Nah, because I don't do that because I don't want that kid.
Yeah.
When you're going out and they're just literally falling out, having a drag out fit because they want your phone and stuff. So
yeah.
we don't do that.
Yeah.
So she gets, right now, she knows how to work the iPad all by herself. So she gets 30 minutes twice a day of screen time.
That's good. You plan to maintain that?
I hope so. Because she likes to go outside.
Yeah.
And, in, alternative to, going outside right now because it's been wet and rainy.
Yeah.
So she can't go out and run like she wants to run. Because, she'll fall and get wet and then the dog's out there and it's the whole thing. Yeah. So she likes to chase him.
Oh.
So, but it hasn't rained in a few days.
Yeah.
So, probably maybe like on Tuesday, I check the weather. It's going to be warm enough for her to go out there. So I'm just going to let her go and just get to it.
And then get tired and then come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. So, she has a playground in the house.
Yeah.
Like she runs and rips and does whatever she wants in there, climbs and runs. Because she doesn't seem to want to walk since she started walking.
Yeah.
She runs everywhere.
But I like how you give her the opportunity to be a child.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, but I think some people, in general, like since I don't have children, I just observe. Mm. I think people sometimes go away from the child's ability to or need to necessarily be a child. Like we had to go outside until it was time to come in.
Yeah. And you bet what you coming in the house for was the question. Why are you in here? Well, because it's like 93 degrees. I'm hot.
Yeah, no.
And I'm sleepy. I can't take a nap.
My grandma used to say get water out the water hose.
Well, yeah, see, y'all were fancy. My aunt called the spigot. This is my grandma aunt, so these are my great aunts.
So they have a water hose on it?
No.
You just have to literally
put your head up under there.
Oh, well, that water used to be hot.
And nasty.
Yeah.
You let it run for a second to get halfway cool.
And it's so funny because when I make reference to that, the young people I'm interacting with, they're like, what? I'm like, this tastes like water from the water hose. They're like,
yeah, and that's different from the water from the spigot.
Exactly, because some restaurants you go to, it's like, this tastes like you got this from outside. Something about that filter.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
But I think that in drinking that, we're okay.
Yeah, had that pan under the bottom for the dog to come drink out of.
Dog drinking hot ass water. But it got some.
Right next to the garden.
Yeah.
But see, that's the life they used to live. Like some of them still live out there.
Okay.
Like these are my great aunts. So these are my grandmother's aunts.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with, how people do that now. They say your great aunt.
Yeah.
But these are actually my grandmother's aunts. So, and the baby girl, she still lives out there, and I think she'll be 93 years young this year.
Yeah.
She's the youngest.
See, my granddad's sisters, their parent, they had chickens out there and stuff, so they used to chase them and,
I never got to chase a chicken.
I didn't either, but I think that's why they were really, really exceptionally fast.
Yeah.
Because, I interact with people, and then one of the guys I met that's in the NFL now, he said they used to chase rabbits. That's how he got fast. Mm-hmm. But he really wasn't. They were just young chasing rabbits.
Because they thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Never.
Can you imagine asking one of these kids these days to chase a rabbit?
Or a chicken?
Or anything, actually.
Oh, my baby would be down.
Yeah.
But, not these older ones.
Yeah, they're not interested in any of that.
My Aunt Willaba. We used to call her Whooper because, we were little and we couldn't say it. Whooper. Her and her husband, they had hogs. So,
I bet they used to chase them too.
I don't know if they used to chase them, but that boy
they had to get it. Pick one, grab it.
I don't know what they did.
Well, you know how they slaughter hogs.
Well, I was real young at that point when they had the hogs. This was before, like, when it was just field and forest, like, behind their house.
Yeah.
And then, like, some odd years later, they cleared it out and my grandma moved.
Well, you know the places where you go and, like, pick the pig or the hog that you want to make the sausage and all that stuff out of?
I've never done that.
Oh.
I figured you do, but, I don't know.
In the country.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't kill my animals. See, that's my problem.
Well, you don't need a hog.
Well, I wouldn't want the hog.
You wouldn't want to even eat the bacon.
Yeah, because I don't eat pork.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't want to, I think I slopped the hogs a few times. Mm-hmm. Took some stuff out there for them. But I never went in, with them. They were just, and they weren't like the cute little, the pink ones. They didn't look like Wilbur. They were black, and they the one that looked like the cow. I'm expecting pigs to look pink like in the books and on the TV. These were
no, them hogs.
These were hogs.
Hogs.
Yeah, they didn't have anything else.
I was driving, and I saw a wild hog in like Santee, Orangeburg area. I was driving down the road, and he was just walking across the street.
Yeah,
I literally almost hit a hog on the street that wasn't like a side street. That's the way you get to Orangeburg.
Yeah, armadillos. That was when I was out there. I was like, I know damn well that's not what I'm seeing. Like, that can't be it.
Yeah.
And I remember,
you know why they have armadillos out there.
Yeah, I remember what your dad said for the deer.
Yeah.
And I told my husband that. He was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, who knew?
Dad did, because he told you. And I was like, wait a minute.
Dad knows
like
the most random things.
These don't live here. Like, who brought this in? Y'all flew the armadillos in.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
As hell.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you see a skunk around here.
Did your grandma have a farm? Like, not a farm, I guess, or a garden?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, because they grew the stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we're so fat, like, right now.
Wow. Oh, because we had everything at our disposal?
Well, not because we have everything at our disposal, but because of, like, the things that they're doing to our food.
Oh, yeah, now, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So they had everything. You wanted something. I wanted some cucumbers. I had to go out there and get them.
Right.
From outside. Have you ever had sugar cane?
Yes.
Now, that used to be so good when I was little, but I tried some now, and I was like, why did I like this?
I just remember breaking it off and, like, sitting outside eating it on the porch or whatever. Yeah. And
it was good.
Yeah, I guess.
You chew it, and then you spit it out.
Yeah, and then you're, like, getting the juices and stuff come out of it.
Yeah, but I thought that was good when I was younger. And, like, now I won't eat it.
Yeah, because what are you doing that for?
I don't know, because I thought it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now, as an adult.
I had it a couple years ago. I don't know where I got it from, but I was like, ooh, let me take. I may have been somewhere. Like, it could have been when I was in Jamaica. I don't think it was, but I'm not sure. But I was like, let me get a little of this sugar cane. And I was like, yeah, this isn't what I thought it was anymore.
Well, I think sitting there chewing on things now as an adult is also a lot. I mean, people chew on toothpicks.
Yeah.
But I don't like that either.
They do it because it's just in their mouth. It's not I want a toothpick to chew on.
You know, one thing that really is a deal breaker for me, people who chew on, like, straws.
I was going to ask about the straw.
If you're, like, grown and you're listening to this, stop chewing on straws. Don't chew on bottle caps.
Bottle caps?
Yeah, like the top of the water bottle.
No.
People chew on. Get some gum, if you must.
Bottle cap?
Yeah, like the top to a water bottle or something. It's plastic or Gatorade.
No.
Yeah. And then there's spit gathered around it.
Ew.
Exactly. People just do nasty stuff.
That's just no.
That's one of those things like dip or snuff or mouth issue. I can't. It's disgusting.
I didn't know anything about like snuff until like one of my older cousins. Like, this is my grandma's first cousin. We used to go over there all the time. I think it may have been her sister or maybe another cousin used to dip snuff. I think her name was Suge.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? And it was like, she dipping snuff. What was that? You know, I didn't know because it would just be sitting in there.
Well, and it's so interesting because my uncle did. And then, I seen baseball players with stuff in their mouth. Mm-hmm. Sunflower seeds, anything like that that's going to gather spit bothers me a little bit.
Now, I don't get holding the sunflower seeds because I'll eat those, but they got to come out. I don't put them in there to soak.
You mean in your mouth?
Yeah.
I think they just want the salt off of them.
Yeah, but you suck them and then you eat them. And
I think it's impressive when I see people spit out several sunflower seeds at once. Because it's like, well, how long did you have in your mouth? And then how did you get the seed out?
Yeah, that's a lot because I'm going to eat the seed. One of the
and then you got the little, right. I don't do it.
And because I can't have anything by myself, my baby likes sunflower seeds.
Oh, wow. Because you have to bite it.
I have to, get
so
the seed out.
How does one discover that their child likes sunflower seeds?
Because I can't have anything to myself. When she sees me eating anything, she come with her little hand. Here. Because she wants it. Here.
I think I will start doing that to people just in general. As an adult. I will see how it goes. I'll try it this week. Let you know.
She wants some. Yeah.
Well, think of things I tried this week. I got my vaccine shot.
Okay.
First dose. We'll see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And there's not a lot of research about it. Not here to make it up. I did Pfizer. If anything happens to me in the next year, I'll let you know.
It'll be because you got that COVID vaccine.
Well, I'm going to blame anything that happens to me going forward on that.
Like, damn, shouldn't have got that vaccine. Ever since I got that vaccine.
Right. So if I can't lose like 20 pounds by my birthday, then it's probably.
I'm going to use that too then.
Yeah, I'm going to start looking up like the effects of the vaccine on weight loss.
Just like, God, like, you working out, can't lose any weight? Yeah, because G went out here and got the damn vaccine.
Right.
I can't lose any weight.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to, getting the second dose. Mm-hmm. For those of you out there, do your own research. I know which one I got now, but do your research. There's the one that's coming out. Take care of yourself, make your own decisions. It is a vaccine like any other vaccine, so.
And if you've lost some weight, come back and let us know and tell me which one you got so I can go get it.
That is a complete.
If that's one of the side effects, I want it.
Right. So now I'm like, dang, what if the Johnson & Johnson one causes you to lose weight?
I don't know.
And I got
report
Pfizer.
Back and let us know.
Yeah, just comment and do let us know if you lost any weight. But other than that, feeling good about it. My arms a little tender.
That's good. My grandma got it.
Yeah, she feels good about it.
I guess she's fine. Still up to her same old self.
Yeah.
I stopped by there to see her this morning, and she said she gets her second dose on this Wednesday.
Okay.
So she's good to go.
I mean, virus is real. That's what we do know.
Yeah.
So that's not fake.
Yeah.
It's definitely not fake.
Well, maybe in Texas.
And can you believe
I do
this clown in our beautiful state?
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Didn't I tell you he was going to hell with the rest of the overseers?
I tell you, the governor needs to try to work on. He got to work through some stuff.
Well, why wouldn't he do it since Texas?
I just can't.
Texas done got in there. He was like, well, hell, Texas, let's go.
And Mississippi.
South Carolina, let's go.
I mean, I really feel like this state needs to just secede from the union.
But they tried that. That's why they still running around with those flags, because they remember. Was you there? No, but my great-grandpappy told me, and we're going to ride it out.
Yeah, and that's so funny because it's just my heritage. It's like, well, what exactly does that mean?
My granddaddy fought the war. That's my heritage. Well, do you know what
your granddaddy's slaves fought the war too?
What he was fighting for?
Yeah, they don't. Heritage.
Well, no, it's not about that. Actually, it was. The whole war. That's what it was about.
I think it's interesting that they try to make it seem like it wasn't that.
Well, I don't think it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
It's
just not right.
Yeah.
No mask in government buildings.
It's just forget it. Just nowhere.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. And it's just it's just crazy now that, of course it's tax season, tax refund season. So we're going to get this money.
All back.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to them.
The stimulus, we about to roll out again.
Yeah.
Let these folks go out and do what they want to do, spend this money.
Yeah, get sick and we'll just do it all
just
again.
fuck what the CDC has to say. That's a whole agency, but I be damn.
Yeah, but so how do you, if you're saying government buildings can be free from mask, but then you have children in buildings and they have to wear masks, it's very confusing.
No, they won't. That's the next thing that's happening. Yep. Oh, school is going back full force.
Yeah, I just
government
don't understand.
buildings up first. We're going to go ahead and
buildings
get all
and
this
the restaurants,
together.
right?
Yeah, and if you could go in here and get this 2 for $20, then these kids can go to school.
Yeah,
that's the mindset.
They ain't go to school without mask.
Well, I don't know.
That's where I'm saying. I feel like we're already back, but
we had it before the end of the school year. We could be ready. Some say before Easter.
Then how you don't have prom then? Like
is that still canceled?
Yeah, that's what's strange to me. I'm like, well, they breathe on each other all day.
Well,
about 8 hours.
Well, since it's not a federal mandate, I think it's just going to go for what we know now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess it's not interesting. I was not surprised that we came right behind it, and the other states that are following along with this no mask thing.
I think boy was waiting on somebody else to do it first.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, bet. So Texas in this thing, let's go. I was thinking it was going to be Florida next.
Yeah, but he probably sitting there. He at G waiting on to do the most.
Mm-hmm. Probably effective April 1st or 15th or some shit like that. They ready.
Getting hot. People tired of being in this is like 1 week from, not 1 week, 1 year from when we went in the house last year.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't come back out.
Oh, I got the very vivid.
Yeah.
Short story, we drove all the way to Miami to go on a cruise for our anniversary last year.
Oh, yeah.
They kept, emails, everything's all good. It's all good. We were set to sail March 14th. Today, March 14th, drove there. And something told me to go ahead and go. I said, well, we were going to drive all day, but the night before I said, let's go, I called. I got a hotel in Savannah. So we're going to go to Savannah because at that time we're taking our baby. She was 7 months old.
Yeah.
So I said, well, no, she wasn't 9 months. I can't count. 9 months old. And I was like, all right, well, let's just go so we won't have to keep her in the car all day. Even though we want to make pit stops.
Yeah.
We'll get a leg up on it. Went to Savannah the night before. I got up, drove all day, stopped in Daytona, went to the mall or whatever. It was hot. Didn't know it was bike week in Daytona, by the way.
Yeah.
Got down to Miami, like right at midnight. Email came through. Cancel. No. Was it midnight? It was a little after that. And so I'm sitting there like, so we have to go home tomorrow because we're not going where we're supposed to go. I had everything else lined up for when we came back. Like I pit stop on the way back home. So it was a thing. My husband was just like, man, let's just go home. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, no. Because, we celebrating, our anniversary and his birthday. So, mama made rearrangements.
Hey, man.
And we had a group of people, that were down there too, doing their couples trips things. And it was just they drove down to Key West. Yeah. The next day. They was just like, well, they weren't going to, just lose out on the whole thing. So they drove down to Key West for like overnight. And then they came back. Yeah. And we stopped in Georgia. But, yeah.
But you made the best out of it.
I did, and he did enjoy the gifts that I gave him for his birthday. And, we ended up having a nice dinner. My baby was able to get in the pool. Mm-hmm. So, we made what it was. But this year, yeah.
You're going to be out.
Yeah, we out here. Yeah. Not like that. We out here with our mask on.
Yeah, mask on.
And we're driving. We're not going on an airplane, no ship, no anything. So, and I've already made the preparations for the stops. Yeah. Again, I checked the weather. It's not supposed to rain.
It's going to be beautiful. You deserve it.
Yeah, it's going to be hot, though. And I've been got my shoes on. I've been breaking them in for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Making sure I wear them every time I go out. So we're ready.
I think that's good. But it's mask on.
Yeah.
Mask on season.
Yeah, we're double masking.
Yeah.
Since we're going to be out here. And the thing is just like I try to, and then we're going to be outside. Yeah. Because I won't take my baby inside any place where a mask is required and she can't wear one.
That makes sense.
because she can't wear it. So that I just don't feel like I'm going to be in here, protecting myself and my baby just out here all willy-nilly.
Yeah, it's interesting that that's the case. And virus does go to children, babies.
Yeah.
Good point. I'm looking forward to hearing about when y'all get back. So that's going to be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, I'm not surprised that Texas or anything like that.
No, if New York jump in, I'm going to be completely surprised.
I'm so disappointed. I was a homosexual.
Are they already in?
No.
Okay.
But now he's in trouble for all the
No.
Yeah.
In trouble for what?
Sexual misconduct, not misconduct. I don't know what they're calling it. Inappropriate. He was inappropriate.
With who?
With some staffers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this consensual?
Well, he would just say things that are inappropriate, and then he greets people with a kiss, and then one lady said,
that's too much. Now I don't do all of that.
But again, this is not an excuse for him because I think but I just really liked him, and but I do believe that somebody who doesn't want him to run for president made sure all this stuff just kind of happened.
Well, it doesn't give a damn what happens in your life. Apparently, you can be president and do what the fuck you want to go.
Well, that's
grab him by the pussy and shit. Well, y'all upset because he was kissing?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all ain't seen shit yet. Well, actually, you have. I take that back. You've seen it all. Yeah. Come on for president.
Yeah, and so yeah, his brother won't cover it. It's been interesting, and that's just from me reading here and there. And I listen to my Alexa in the morning because I don't have time to watch TV or the news. So when I say Alexa, let's go, she tells me all the news for the day. No. And so that caught up a little bit, listened to the interviews and stuff, and basically, it's like 3 women who are accusing him of that. And he apologized, but he just said he's not going to resign.
Well, why should he?
Because you can't be saying crazy stuff to people.
Yes, you can. And you can be the president of this stupid country.
Yeah, that's true. So he got a good point there.
He said, I'm not resigning for what? Because I said something? Okay.
Yeah, he asked, do you date older men? Have you ever been with an older man?
Is that inappropriate?
I think if you don't want to be asked that question, but that could be anything. I think a lot of that stuff is subjective. I don't think he actually physically did anything to anybody. They said that he greeted his women, he greets with a hug and a kiss on the cheek or on the mouth.
Joe Biden was doing that.
Yeah.
Look where he is.
Look at that. You can be the president. No wonder you're not resigning. That's a good point, Key.
That's what I'm like.
Well, why even bother?
Yeah, so it's just like, so what exactly did I do wrong here?
Yeah, he said he apologized and he hated it made people feel uncomfortable.
So my bad, I didn't know that was making you feel a certain way. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize and I won't do it again.
Yeah, and then right before this, they found out that he lied about. They were saying he lied about the numbers of people who died in nursing homes.
He's a politician.
Yeah, and then they were saying
to be honest.
But then they were saying they didn't want when this whole thing started. They weren't counting. They didn't want. They were saying that people were inflating the numbers.
Right.
But now on the other end of it, they've been looking for some things to kind of get him out of the way to make sure he doesn't run.
Nah, that doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah. You know how the people do.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that he was talking about. But, like I said, I think both of them are pretty hot and tempting.
It's whatever.
Not that I would actually, but again, I think I just like their vibe. Brother's kind of cute to me.
I guess.
If you like that kind of thing.
I guess.
Depends on what you like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, but no, it's just interesting how that stuff comes up. I was going to ask your opinion about something. So on how it's not even that.
I don't know. You have the weirdest things
to ask your opinion about.
You just come up and it's just like, why do you even know about that?
Well, okay, so today,
Alexa.
Yeah, and I was on the Blue app.
Oh,
yeah, no,
that's the one.
People are so
blue.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting that. Okay, so if you see, there's this whole thing about meme stealing. People come up with these quotes or see quotes and then they make it their status, and then people get upset because they stole the meme. But I don't get upset.
Did they steal it? Or did they use it?
It's just interesting. But it had nothing to do with it. So I was on there reading an article about Don Staley.
Okay.
And, Don Staley has been under fire for being very political and vocal. It feels like she's being political, but it's really just being vocal about being a black woman and her experience, her life experiences.
Why is that political when that is her life?
Okay, so what's happened, they played for the SEC championship, girls championship against Georgia. Mm-hmm. And they both had black head coaches. Mm-hmm. In her comments, she said, basically in her story, she just is saying that she's glad they had the opportunity to play. Mm-hmm. She's glad that she has the opportunity to coach, and that there's 2 black women basically as the coaches, and she thinks it's a very special in the Southeastern Conference head coaches of teams.
Right.
Because from what we know, of course, most of these teams are with black women, right, led by men,
right,
predominantly white men, and then white females.
So that was a problem for her to say that she's glad that it was with. Why?
So my question, I guess, for you is that, what is the issue with acknowledging being black? Why do you think that is?
Because we're black. That's
right.
it. So that's the only thing. It's just like, so why can't we celebrate our excellence?
Sorry. Yeah.
What's the problem with that? It's just a thing, like, it's almost like they don't want that brought to the forefront.
Right, but also on all the comments, it's like, why are you making this about race?
It's not made about race. It's congratulating my sister that is here with me. We are celebrating one another. This is not your party.
Right.
You weren't invited.
So do you think that it's because they're just excluded from the conversations?
Not even excluded from the conversation. It's just like, it is what it is. They hate to see us.
Right.
And they want us to be in a certain, category in a certain place. So to have us out here doing what we're doing and winning, being successful at it, that's a problem. So I don't understand exactly why is it that our success in anything makes anybody else feel like a failure.
Well, I think that's what we're running into. I don't know why I clicked on the comments. That's the dumbest thing to do.
It is.
But I was curious, and it was just filled with people from all over, and they were just like,
people that are not black women.
Yes.
And she was talking about coaching. What you mean stick to coaching?
Yeah,
stick to coaching our girls.
Yes. And it's just,
women.
I find that's
what we're doing.
Right.
So what's your problem? The problem is because I said something?
Yes.
Even though you obviously see us. Like, you can see us. You turn the game on, you see us. Mm-hmm. So there's no problem with us being here. The problem is me saying something about being here. That's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah. I don't know why I let the comments bother me, but
Is it the white women?
Mostly white men.
Yeah.
But there was white women on their comment as well.
Yeah, but see, the thing is just like, but sir, this isn't your place. You're not coaching. They're not even coaching men.
Right.
So what's the problem?
So
you just have
thousands of comments.
You got to be first in everything?
Yes.
Nobody had shit to say with Dawn when they were cutting down the net off the goal.
And they won't have anything to say about it if she doesn't.
When she put that shit around her neck, nobody had anything to say. Go Cox.
Right.
Carolina all day. Mm-hmm. And you're right, they won't say shit else when she get another one.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Dawn Staley, somebody get this to her. Girl, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and be great. They don't want you here.
But she's so successful, and what she's doing is so necessary. And I'm just so glad that she's in a place where other, like the younger coaches, because see, Joni from Georgia is just younger, and Joni had her baby and then was back coaching the next week. She was on the bench sitting there.
See, that's too much. Joni did too fucking much.
But see, I think she felt like she had to. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, that is part of the problem. That's something else that I guess we'll get into like later. The expectation of us, like once we have our babies, like to jump back into things that we were doing, beforehand. Yeah. It doesn't work like that.
But I think, and I think the pressure of being.
Oh no, I get it.
I think she felt like she, even though I think she was, her husband's on her staff and they, had people, but I just remember that being a big situation where she got a head coaching job and then got pregnant.
Yeah, because that's what happened. Life happens. Like with her husband, they want to have a family. Like that didn't stop because I got this job. But
then in Georgia, they have like a nepotism thing. So her husband had been her assistant coach or been with her coaching, and they won't let him coach on her staff. It was a lot. But then you go to other schools, like at another place.
And they probably had a baby on the sideline.
Yeah. White at Tennessee, her husband is her assistant coach. Where there's opportunities where people could get jobs. So anyway, my point, I guess, and I'm glad you said what you said, because the reality of it is we're supposed to. So now you see us. It's a physical. You see that we're black women, but then you don't want us to be able to see or say that we're black women, and then that becomes offensive.
Yeah, it's offensive because I've said something.
Yeah,
almost like how they do with children.
Yeah,
you know, you see them and you don't hear them.
Right. So I'm sharing that because that's something that I find to be very interesting in terms of what would you expect or have us to do? Just
be here.
Because we're just supposed to be happy to be here.
Because there's a whole lot of money in this arena.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying anything about that. You can stay in your place, whatever your name is, sirs.
Yeah.
Well, whoever you are.
The biggest issue, literally all she said was...
Had she left the black part out of it, half the comments would have been gone.
Right.
If she would have just said, just the two women here, I can't believe, half the comments would have been gone.
Right.
And you probably would have had no white women in there. The ones that were there, the white women wouldn't have been in there.
Yeah.
It just would have been the white men.
But that would have just been easier for them to swallow, you guess?
Nobody even invited you to dinner. Right. You didn't have to come get a taste.
Yeah. I find it to be...
but you just come pull a seat up at the table, expecting to be fed, and then you don't like what we serve.
That's right. Dante's a millionaire. So it's not... and then at the same time, at so many levels...
I would have called him broke. I'd have been in there with your broke ass.
And so she's gotten in trouble. Like I think they reprimanded her probably a few times over during this past year, particularly
reprimand somebody for saying something about themselves.
Yep.
I didn't say anything about anybody else.
No, she did call them idiots. No, she did a month or two ago during the terrorist attack on the Capitol.
So she couldn't talk about terrorists?
No, that upset them too.
Of course it did, because their uncles were out there.
Yeah.
And your aunties.
Yeah. And we come to your games and you out here calling us idiots.
Don't come.
Yeah.
We don't need you.
That's what she said. And then I think she got in trouble about that. She told them just don't worry about it then.
Just don't come. What's the problem with that?
They did not like it.
They don't have to like it. They don't like that she's the coach, but they pay to come see her coach. Right. Then I remember this man told me when I was working for the state and I had a case on his son. It was a situation where this guy, he was trying to see his kid.
Yeah.
Mom had moved on with this other man. And, they weren't allowing him to see his kid. So he was making up all kind of shit.
Right.
Saying whatever, trying to get somebody over there. He's like, well, she's telling me, whatever. So, we got to go out. I had to go out here because they accepted the stupid report.
Right.
All right. So I'm out here doing my job. And you don't talk to anybody other than your clients. Your name is not on my file. I do not have to talk to you.
Right.
Period. Or tell you anything. No, you can't ask me any questions. But he felt like he needed to talk. The mama up here, and they at the front, like, she want to talk to you. And I'm like, who? I don't have to talk to her. All right, fine. All right, send her back here. Talk to my supervisor. I'm like, this lady up here insisting on talking to me.
Right.
Call her husband on the phone, and he told when he went into how he paid my salary, the end. The end. Because your daughter get food stamps. Fuck all y'all. Yeah. I pay taxes. I work here. I can't qualify for any assistance.
Right.
I feed your family since you want to go there. Get out my office.
How'd that go? Did you get in trouble for that?
No, I ain't get in trouble for that. They know who was working there. No. And I just ended it right there.
Yeah.
When he said that about the taxes, I was done.
Well,
I ended it right there.
Well, that's basically what they were saying,
excuse
too.
you. That was what I said. Excuse you, but I pay taxes. End button. And ma'am, you can leave.
Well, I think that's a part of it too. That's when they feel like they pay her salary. That's what they're saying.
You need to pay the grocery bill over here so that I don't have to feed your family then. If that's what we're doing, since you pay my taxes.
Right.
And they're living off of this assistance.
Well.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Well,
and it was like, the lady, we love everybody.
Of course.
You know, white, black, brown, purple,
green. They don't
green.
see color.
We love everybody. Ma'am, you have never seen a purple or a green person.
Right.
But you in here talking to my black ass.
Well, yeah.
So what? I don't even know where that came from because we weren't talking about anything like that. I guess she just had to let it be known.
That it's not because you're black.
Well, actually, no, because that has nothing to do with this case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have nothing to do with this case.
But I'm just saying.
And I'm not going to tell you anything specific. I'm just in here letting you talk to me.
Yeah. But I think sometimes that is, they want to try to put that out in the space. It helps them feel.
You don't see color, but see, that's the problem.
You have to see color.
You have to, because that means that you don't see me sitting here.
Right.
So what does that mean?
In a former job, I had, I remember my boss told me that he didn't hire me because I was black. He just wanted me to know that.
Well, you could have kept that.
He said he wasn't bean counting. Well, he hired me because I was a good worker.
Well, I would think so. I wouldn't think that you would hire me because I'm black unless that was in the job description.
Until you said it just now. Thanks so much.
Right. Now, everybody else probably said that. Yeah. You didn't have to say that to me because I didn't think that. You should have said that to whomever made that comment.
I feel like sometimes the work in that regard is what needs to happen. You don't have to come and convince me. It's just like when something happens with a black person and then you're the only black person and then the white people have to come tell you because you're black.
It's so much. It was so much. And now they had a car lot out there in the country. It was like, well, we got the big car lot. I thought that was a junk yard. I did not know that was a car lot.
See?
No, I didn't until I was like, well, what car? I would go by, every now and then because I would have to drive. That was the area I worked. Until I saw that sign up and I was like, oh.
Oh, they're selling the stuff.
Yeah, it was a car lot. They sold cars. And I guess
it wasn't like a junk car lot?
I was supposed to know who they were because they said she said, we got the big, car lot. I thought it was a junkyard. Like literally a literal junkyard.
Well, they were letting you know that they were qualified to be able to.
Not qualified, but I guess that they were known.
Known, I guess, but to be able to have these opinions and to have these feelings because they have a car lot.
I guess. And they got mad because I went to talk to the child without them being present. Because I can do that.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to do. When you done had the police over here at my house and my neighbors. Nobody lives over here. I got a reputation. Do you? Because there's nobody's checking for you.
Well, maybe in their head they got a lot.
Well, if you had answered the phone when I called you, came up here when I asked you to, I wouldn't have to drive all the way over here.
Yeah.
Because you got your car in my yard. Well, that's the car that I drive. You could have drove yours up to my office. But this is where we are.
Here's how we have to be. You need to come back and save people.
I don't do that anymore.
I know. You got to get back out in these streets.
I don't, and I saved plenty. I had to save myself.
Yes. So talk about that, saving yourself. I think sometimes that's I don't do that at all.
Girl.
I'm the worst with.
Please don't get me started on you in here today, because I don't know what the problem is. Because when it becomes a choice between me or else, I always choose me.
Yeah, and I think kind of it's like working through, even like we talked about with the coach who had the baby and just felt she had to come back. You just feel like you're in a space. Sometimes I think we get into a very dangerous cycle of that. Sometimes we try not do because we know it needs to be done, but sometimes you don't have to do it. Well, most times because it's going to get done regardless.
There you go. And so you thought those games was going to be paused because that coach wasn't there?
Right.
Now, she had some more complications because she had gotten out there early. They would have gotten somebody else to do that. That's why she has assistants.
Right.
They know the plays. They know what to do. The team knows what to do. The team would have been out there rallying behind her. We're going to go out here and do this for coach.
Yeah. So where's that responsibility? It's just, just who we are. I think it's part of.
I don't even know, the responsibility part. For me, it would have been the example.
Yeah.
Now you have a team full of women thinking that this is okay.
Well, she obviously thought it was.
No. I'm talking about the example that she was setting as the
That's
coach.
true.
So now when these ladies go on, because, more than likely some of them are going to go coach. Like, are they going to choose this job, like, over their family? Because that's what she did.
Yeah.
Over their family, over herself.
Well, and I think that that's one of the things about being who we are in male dominated fields in general. Not just coaching, but just in certain things. I think women who choose family or choose the idea to choose family, you're choosing not moving forward, or you feel like you're choosing not necessarily moving forward as fast in your career because you may choose your family.
Yeah, because I think, like, now, of course, the times have changed.
Yeah.
Because before, it was all about the family.
Right.
That's how they judged you. Like how, your home life was as a woman. Mm-hmm. Like, you weren't a successful woman if your home life just went to hell. Mm-hmm. Like, if your house wasn't clean, your kids weren't well behaved or well mannered or could do, whatever. That's how they judged women, like how they kept the household.
Right.
But see, now they're judging them because they got to keep the household and they got to keep a job. So it's just like, so now what else do you do? I was like, oh, well, I'm a mom. I do. Yeah, but what else do you do?
Right.
So you don't do anything else. Well, actually, there's a whole lot of stuff to do at my house. Like, that encompasses a whole lot.
Right.
Like, that's what I do. Like, I haven't worked full time in maybe, I think, 3 years this year.
Right.
Because that was a decision that we made at my house. I had to get out of these streets if we wanted to have a family because I know that I couldn't do both.
Right.
I can't have something happen to me while I'm working and I can't get home to my family.
Right.
So
I think that's a very it's not unique. Well, because like you said, that's just traditionally that's what.
Mm-hmm. And you can have both.
We're nurturers in that way, but I think for most women, they feel like they don't have the opportunity to even have that conversation with their husband for a variety of reasons.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? Isn't it just choosing to work?
Yeah. Or just, thinking that you can have both because of the examples that we have.
Right.
So it's just like, well, if, like my mom, she worked and she did, whatever.
Right.
Because,
Well, we always say, and we turned out okay.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. It's just like, but see, for me, I already know. Like, that wasn't the life that I wanted to live. Like, I wanted to be here so that I could see, like, it is such a joy to watch my baby, like, to do and to learn and to grow and to become, like, the person that she is.
Right.
So, and that's another thing. Like, I want her to be, like, my job as a mom is to raise her to be the best version of herself.
Okay.
Like, she is not to be like me. She is not to be like her dad. She is not to do whatever. Like, it's not for me to put whatever I've done or my expectation or even my failures onto her for her to continue for me because I wasn't able to do that.
Right.
Like, I want her to like what she likes. For her, to do, what she does. Like, and she likes a whole bunch of everything. I don't put her in a box or a bubble, to do whatever. She like monster trucks. Yesterday I found out she was a princess.
Yeah.
So she like dogs, she like cats, she likes outside. She likes balls. She likes to cook in the kitchen. She might ride her bike through it. She might drive her car through it. You know what I mean? She may feed the corn to the dog or she may be feeding it to her babies. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, she's figuring stuff out. She's only one.
Right.
And, of course, at this age, like when they're younger, they like to do what they see us do. I can't do anything by myself.
Right.
Anytime I go if I'm standing at the kitchen counter, it's a thing because she knows I'm doing something and she wants to get up to see what I'm doing.
Right.
And I'm doing absolutely nothing but standing there.
She got to see.
And I let her. You know what I mean? I pick her up and just let her see Mommy's not doing anything.
Right.
Or whatever it is that I'm doing. So she likes to, circles is what we're drawing now. Oh. And I got to show you her circle. She can do it now. Okay. She can do her own circle.
What kind of, do y'all use like markers or y'all using?
I don't let her use markers yet because she still puts stuff in the mouth.
Okay.
So like on the iPad, I have like a game on there where she can, draw whatever with her finger. But of course, real life, we don't write like that.
Right.
So she uses, she likes to use the stylus on the iPad, and then I let her use crayons. But girl, like if she had the option, she wants the pen.
Yeah. Because
she sees us write with a pen and give her the crayon, and and I got this same notebook right here. It is a battle. If I pull it out and she sees me writing, here. She wants the pen so she can draw her circles. It doesn't matter. Like I'm like, no, mommy's doing this right now, and then it's the fall. Here, just take this here, get it. Draw your circles, man. Get out. Just go. And so we color. You know, that's something that we do because, you know, you got to work on that stuff. So we color, all of that.
Yeah.
So that's.
But I mean, I think that helps with development too. But you're also there. So, you know, shout out to people who are working and doing both, and then people who are, you know, having the opportunity to, you know, make a choice.
Yeah. That was the best part because we had a long discussion about it. It wasn't a thing like I'm going to do this and this is what we're going to do.
Right.
It was a whole, before I even, you know, got pregnant, it was like, all right, so this is the goal. Right. This is what's going to happen here. I was like, hey, bro, you get me pregnant. All of us are your responsibility because I'm not going to work. Now he was like, okay, but the plan was for a year.
Right.
Like for me to at least be there during the first year. Like I can't not be here during that part. Yeah. Then COVID hit and was just like, bam, you get 2. I was like, all right, bet.
Bonus points.
I take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think a lot of people, I think you being able to express those little things because you get to be there to see them.
Yeah, that is dope.
And then you'll have a routine.
Yeah. So even though she's not on the schedule, we have routine. Like it goes in a certain order. But again, it wasn't the traditional way with us because I allowed her to set the routine. Right. It's much easier to go with the flow with what they do instead of trying to force them to do something else. Yeah. It is a whole lot easier.
I think that's something. You're the first person I know that did that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. That really, you know, you go to bed later.
Yeah, because that works for her.
But y'all sleep later.
It works.
Or you're able to sleep a little bit longer. You're not forcing her. She shouldn't have to.
Yeah, she doesn't have like a certain. Now it's to a point now. Okay, so like 10:30, she has to be in her bed by 10:30 p.m. And I know people, oh God, that's so late. But she gets her full time. She doesn't get up till like 9, and she sleeps through the night. But you know, she has like her nap during the day, and even now, like it's recently changed. Her nap is later. When before, you know, we were going at whatever, just like, well, she's fighting it now at this certain time. So just let her go when she goes, and then we figure out the time frame that is, and then we just rearranged it. So it was breakfast, milk in the morning, first thing, milk, breakfast, snack, nap, lunch. Mm-hmm. And then, evening snack, dinner, bath, bed.
Oh. So, yeah.
So, that's the routine, no matter what times it happens. But now it's switched up. So, she has milk first thing still, breakfast. She may, she'll run around and do whatever. Mm-hmm. She may have like another cup or whatever. So, now we switched it to have lunch before she goes take her nap. And then she gets up, snack, screen time, dinner.
Gotcha.
So, it switched because she's starting to take her nap later. And I did that because I noticed like when she would have her dinner, and like you wouldn't be long before she go to sleep. I was like, okay, well, so let's just go ahead and let her eat her lunch, and then that may help because we don't rock her to sleep anymore. We put her in a room,
right?
So we give it to her, put her in there, and let her fall asleep.
And you also had her sleeping in the dark, right?
Yeah, because that's what they're used to. When they're inside, they sleep in the dark.
Right,
it's dark in there.
So now, and I think about all these night lights.
She can't have a night light. And actually, last night she woke up twice because the TV was on in her room.
And see, I'm sharing that because we have listeners who are moms, but it's just, or will be moms and those kind of things. And so I just know that people always have night lights on their thing and they leave them on. And
the girl ain't afraid of the dark at
all.
That's
important.
And she'll go in there when it's dark and it's just like, get out of there. What are you even doing? She'll walk around. It's so strange. And she'll be in her crib and she has a thing. My husband took the blankets out because she put the blankets on her head.
Yeah.
Put them on her face because she thinks that's funny.
It is funny.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a ghost.
I guess, but she's only one. But she doesn't understand, like, putting a blanket on it. She'll fall because she likes to run again. But she has this long blanket on and wants to run, wham, facing the floor.
Oh, okay, got it. Good point.
We just got these teeth. You need those.
Yeah.
We got COVID at the hospital. Nobody trying to go up here to get stitches. I get, like, she is not afraid of the dark at all.
Well, that's good, though.
I mean, it is. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the dark. I know a lot of grown people who are, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because they've always had night lights.
Yeah, I mean, we usually have night lights, but see, like, I prefer dark and no noise.
Right.
And like my husband used to sleep with like the radio on, like we were dating or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I would stay at his place, I was like, hey, you go turn that off.
So the other day I used one of those like sleep machines, not on purpose. It was like a sample sound thing from my Alexa, which I have. It was kind of interesting. I like to listen to the storm. That was the only one I really liked.
Oh.
But some people like to listen to like white noise. Mm-hmm. I don't like any really noise. The only one I could really get jiggy with was the sound of a thunderstorm outside, because I like thunderstorms.
White noise would save your life when young Joe gets here. Yeah. You have to use that white noise because they're used to that noise too.
Okay.
Because they hear your voice and then your heartbeat.
Oh.
Use it until you don't. It's not necessary, but use it.
Got it.
I learned that on Facebook.
Really? See, the blue app comes through sometimes.
They was like, hey, you better get this. You got that white noise. And I was like, man, y'all on to something here.
So it's just like, it just sounded crazy. Like, I guess for me, in my house.
Yeah. I guess it would be different to have the vacuum cleaner running or the air conditioner.
It was like it was just like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I felt like I was about to get attacked. It was just very much too much. But yeah, well, thanks for sharing a little bit, Mother.
Yeah.
Motherhood.
No problem. This is, we'll talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because, she's growing and then, that's mama's baby.
Lastly, since we were talking about motherhood, I was going to ask you about breastfeeding. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? There was a lady breastfeeding in church when I was in there last time.
Yeah, do it.
Like just during church?
Why your face look like that? If that lady had put a bottle out, you wouldn't have been like, what's the problem?
I apologize. I'm not mature.
You're not.
Well, I'm just saying.
Whip it out.
Well, she had one of those like.
And you couldn't see her titties?
I mean, it was a lot though.
It was because you knew she was breastfeeding?
She lifted her boob up first.
Grow up.
And then she put the little.
That's what boobs are for.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, yes.
That's why we have those. What do you mean? That is to feed your children. Nurture your young. I breastfed my baby.
Yeah, I know.
And when she was hungry, it was time to eat. There was no, because somebody is looking.
But I mean, okay. But that's why they have that little, what do you call that? It's like a little thing.
Toilet to go clean your,
no, it's like a little thing to go over the baby and your titty.
Yeah, and that's just so, privacy for like mom, I guess. Mm-hmm. That doesn't want her breasts exposed. But see, that's the problem. Like women, they have to cover up because people are weird about it.
You mean like me?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I just was like.
Ew, in church? Yes, in church.
You think, so you don't feel like maybe go outside of church? No.
Do you go outside to eat because you're making somebody else uncomfortable? Like it's the most ridiculous thing when people suggest that you can go in the bathroom. Did you eat your food on the toilet? You know how many germs are in there? Yeah. Why would I take my kid in there and feed her? We're in a restaurant. Like, I'm paying to sit in here and eat, and you're going to tell me that I need to go fuck out of here.
That makes, and I was curious because, like, when she did it, I was just like, oh, wow. And I was just.
Yeah, because people make it a thing. They've made it like a sexual thing instead of, like, what it is.
That it was just, yeah, well, right.
It ain't like she, leaned over and give her man some head.
And that would have also been too much.
Now that would have been gross.
You're right. But I just thought it was interesting. You're not
supposed to be sucking dick in church, but your baby she can get some milk.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, since you moved to 6. And this would be.
I'm just saying, like, they just sexualize that. There's nothing wrong with breastfeeding anywhere.
So what about nipple stimulation for men? Mm-hmm. Some men are weird about their nipples.
Are they?
They don't want them to be like, they're like, oh, don't, suck my nipples.
What?
No, like nipples, cause that can be orgasmic and it's, it could be a spot for some people. But I do know that some men are like, weird about it.
Why?
I mean, they don't ever they're not going to be like, hey, suck my titty. Really? Are they?
I don't think so. I've never had that. When somebody asked me to do that.
But you just do it naturally, right?
I mean, hey. We do a lot of things.
Sorry, I went there. We were talking about breastfeeding, and I really just had that conversation because I was talking to one of my guy friends, and he was saying that he doesn't like that, and I was just like,
he doesn't like it because it feels good.
But yeah, I guess he said he feel like a woman when somebody told him.
How would he know what a woman feels like?
Men are so. Some
women don't have like stimulation there. Like that's not for everybody. Just because you do, that doesn't mean that you're a woman. What?
Sorry, we were having such a normal conversation.
We were, and then now we're going. The baby was eating, and now we're going to the men not liking it. Somebody mess with their nipples. I mean, okay. No, G.
Well,
we're gonna ask B when this is over to see what he has to say about it.
Well, no, right.
We're gonna talk about this B.
Yeah, anyway, I was just curious because he was just telling me that he didn't like that, and I was just like, oh, well, that's what happens when you are trying new things, I guess. Or how do you know you don't like?
Right.
So you want her to stop?
Or just kind of push her away? You talk about things like that. That's what happens when you just jump into stuff.
Because you don't know?
Yeah.
You gotta try it.
And you gotta ask. What makes you uncomfortable? That would have been one thing to say.
Yeah. So that's what the conversation we had.
Oh boy.
Pineapples.
All right.
Well. Oh goodness. Well, I'm glad that we had to clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because sometimes it just is what it is.
I guess.
It's weird that it just, I don't know. I just find it to be interested in different things that people like. But, you know, where laughter is the best medicine and wine is better with friends, whether it's your weekend rewind or a chance to unwind, join Gee and Kee in our weekly safe space where we discuss life, love, and all of the above.
You can follow us on Instagram at The Weekly Wind Down, and that is wine with a Y. You can also send us an email at theweeklywindown@gmail.com. And fellas, if you do not like your nipples stimulated, make that known, please.